Hey, Drew Baird from Moon Audio here, and we're with the folks from Sonoma to talk about their new, very innovative electrostatic system, the new Sonoma M1, which is a package of an electrostatic headphone amp and an electrostatic headphone. And I'm here with Andrew, who's going to tell us a little bit about their unique design and how they've done the driver differently from other electrostatic companies like Stax and Sennheiser, and also talk about a little bit about their amp and its capabilities.
Okay, thank you, Drew. The new driver is called High Precision Electrostatic Laminate. It's made by a company called Warwick Audio Technologies in the United Kingdom. As you can see, it's very, very thin, it's very, very light. The driver itself is just the front part of this transducer. It's about 15 microns thick. The back is a stainless steel mesh. This is a ground plane. We have a spacer in between to separate the two layers, and then we apply DC voltage to the front part and superimpose the AC voltage on top of that, and that makes the panel move, and that creates the sound, and it then gets sandwiched into this very, very rigid material, and it creates what we call a cassette, and the cassette is then mounted into the ear cup, and this is what you have right next to your ear for listening to the music. So, being a different technology, it's called single-sided because normally you have two stators in an electrostatic system with a panel in between that's moving. This one only has the front panel moving relative to the ground plane. So it has a different voltage to the likes of Stax and other electrostatic systems. So we have to have our own amplifier to drive it. It's a 1350 volt DC bias. The amplifier itself also has a D2A converter, and we use a 64-bit fixed point digital signal processor to not only shape the sound subtly, we do some subtle EQ, but also to affect the volume control. So this means we have a very, very accurate tracking left to right. There's no inaccuracies, so as you adjust the volume control, the left and right will go up and down in perfect lockstep.
So are you doing DSP equalization to make the driver a little more balanced? Is that what?
Well, we do a couple of things with it. Because this is single-sided, the drive is unequal. When you push the panel away or bring it back towards the ground plane. Okay. So we have to correct for that to make it swing evenly. And it also allows us now to do both volume control and some subtle EQ to just fine-tune the sound balance to exactly the way we want it.
Gotcha. The
amplifier, and I have one here. The amplifier is a very solid, substantial piece. Has just simply volume control on the front, a headphone connector, and selection for digital or analog input. And on the back panel, we have power, USB and SPDIF coaxial digital inputs. We have a standard RCA analog input and a 3.5mm stereo input, and a selector here for which of the two analog inputs you want to use. USB input will work with DSD64, DSD128, and all PCM signals up to 32-bit, 384 kilohertz sampling frequency. The SPDIF will only work with PCM and works with all standard sample rates up to 24-bit, 192 kilohertz.
So with the USB input, are you doing DOP or are you doing native DSD?
The unit itself only supports DOP at this time, so you would have to configure that in your playback software to ensure that you're sending data that the device can understand.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew. We're really excited at Moon Audio with this new product. I've been listening to it for, at prototypes as it's come along for the last, I guess, year. It started in the London Can Jam, and I'm really excited that it's gotten to this point where we've now got it in stock in Moon Audio and ready to take your order.
Great. Well, thank you, Drew.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Yep.
Enjoy the product.
Sweet.